And
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We are all systems go, and today we're playing Blades in the Dark. Today's episode, we're going to learn how to blow up half a city and get away with it, which is a lesson we've needed to learn all the way since we first started with our very first Burning Wheel campaign and Mia's lovely escapades. But I'm Sean, and I will be leading this session, and then my three lovely players are Abby, Logan, and Sarah. And we are jumping right back into the middle of a heist. They had just gotten close to their final goal, which is to secure a strange and ancient mirror and return it to their hideout, basically. Let's see. I think what had happened is you had entered the laboratory where this mirror is held underground, and you'd made it into the room with the researchers and two roided out guards,
oh, I
as I think
forgot.
I so eloquently put it, who seem to have something weird and freaky going on with their body, a la sort of Echo's situation. It didn't have a great plan for dealing with that, so we threw a smoke bomb.
That is a great plan. Thank you.
There's a smoke bomb went off. Room has filled with smoke. I think guards are banging had just entered behind y'all, as well as these kind of two magically infused guards over here. And you'd attempted to prowl through the last door where you think the mirror is held, but you had limited success and you ran face first into one of those sweet guards and their freaky bodies.
So he's just in between us and the door now.
Yes.
Okay.
You had to kind of cut a diagonal into to get to the door you wanted to get to, and he was in the way.
Do we think they
So-
need to breathe?
They are
We need to breathe.
hollows. They
we
are
pull on our
hollows.
gas masks that we have conveniently prepared.
Flashback to when we put gas masks in our bags.
And just check that box and put them on. It's right
Okay,
there.
I have an idea.
Go for it.
Can I have the devil's footsteps, which I'll blast. But if I pushed myself, could I roll prowl to kind of like maneuver around the room and this guy? And like maybe pull my knives out and like stab them, and so they can't tell where it's coming from, so they get distracted with each other, and because of the smoke they can't tell where we are and who's their friend, and like that whole hubbub happens, so we have time to get past.
Sure, you can definitely try.
Yeah.
So you want to basically distract them with prowl?
Yeah.
I think you will be desperate limited.
Okay.
Because you can also not see with the smoke going on.
Can I, when I push myself, can I change, or is that always just a bonus die?
Pushing yourself is a bonus die, I think, only. Let me double check.
Can you like
Should
use
know
your
this
little
by now.
dark vision goggles or like some other goggles to help with the smoke?
I do have dark sight goggles.
I don't know if that's gonna work through smoke, though.
I do have a fine shadow cloak. Would that help? With the prowl in general?
Would a fine shadow cloak help? I'm leaning towards no, because I don't think the problem is them seeing you. I think the problem is you seeing what's going on yourself.
Okay, sure.
You are also in a smoky room.
And
someone could do a setup action.
Nice setup.
Yes.
By flashing back to before I set off the smoke bomb, like memorize the layout of the room really quick where the people are, and so now I'm gonna like Push her.
Right
Not even
direction.
push, just like put you over there. You do something, and then like, okay, now there's someone over there. I'm gonna move you over there. Sort of like, I've taken a mental picture. Now I'm helping her navigate.
Okay, sure. That sounds doable, maybe. We'll say you took like a mental snapshot and you've sort of planned out
Polaroid
where
it.
you think
Prints out. I
all the
wave it around.
figuring out where everyone's planning on going. Basically, you've mapped out all the possibilities. That sounds like a study, maybe.
Yeah.
Or a survey.
They are equivalent.
Okay, well, whichever you would like, you will be probably desperate standard for this one. Because you gotta be quick, or the consequences will be bad. Ooh,
Nice.
6. Okay, cool.
Okay,
So
I'll use
you
that
succeed.
to improve my effect. So be desperate standard. With a bonus die from pushing. And a bonus die from Daredevil. What do you think?
It's up to that.
I'm gonna do it.
You have so.
It's
oh.
fine.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I just wanted to roll that many dice.
So, with a crit, we'll say you so you've ran into this one of the bodyguards, and
And specifically,
you hear
the devil's footsteps makes them mistakenly attack each other. So
oh yes, yeah, okay.
This is the first time you
So,
used this.
I know
Nice.
No, she's used it before.
I've used it for feats of athletics, but I don't think I've used it for the second. Or maybe I haven't been successful. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember seeing the confuse your enemy so they attack each other before, but I don't know. Yeah, if it was successful. Okay, so you end up kind of ducking and weaving with the help of Duchess around the first bodyguard that you accidentally ran into, giving some little like nicks and jabs along the way while you listen to sort of the footsteps and the shouts from everyone else, and you're able to expertly weave them closer together until soon enough it seems like the two hollows, you can see sort of their figures wrestling in the shadows of the smoke, as well as the confused kind of shouts from the researchers as well as the new guards that seem to be coming towards the room. With your crit, though, you'll be able to make it through the door, usher everyone in, and then kind of close that final door. And I think you can bar it slightly.
Sweet.
With just like you grab the first kind of device or table you see and just jam it up against it real fast. Yes, Logan?
Before we leave the room, do we think that neutralized those two holes for a significant amount of time, or just enough to let us out of the room that we have to then go back through the room?
We don't have to go back through it.
Oh,
Aren't we
okay.
going to
Okay.
strange travel?
Traveling out of here.
I don't know if we can strange travel with a giant mirror.
That was the plan.
you.
So...
That's fine.
I think you can. I mean, it says you can take people with you, I think.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
that big. It's just the fact that it's not movable makes me think it's like the size of a room, but I don't think it's that big.
It is that big. I think I said it was like 8 foot by 10 foot or something at least.
But it's not
Or,
like a wall sized.
no,
wall.
no, it's not a whole
That's a small wall.
It's a small wall.
Large mirror, medium-sized wall.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact.
I mean, that's fine. Do we want to make this door no longer movable by any means necessary?
What do you
No.
have to do that?
Devil strength, just like break the door frame so that it is no longer openable.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
I think you should try it. If not, I can perform a small feat of strength to open it again if we need.
I only have a 1 in rec, so maybe
Maybe not. Let's just leave
maybe
it. It's
not.
probably
Let's
fine.
just- yeah. Okay.
We'll
great.
just imagine that possibility.
Yes. Fine. Okay. Great. We turn around. What does this mirror look like? Please tell me the mirror's
Okay.
right there.
So yeah, it's a sort of another largish space. Um, probably like 20 by 20-foot room. With the mirror backed up against one wall, you can see it's sort of got a very dark wrought iron ornate edging, and then instead of like a regular silvered sort of mirror surface, it's actually like a very milky opalescent color, and it's not actually reflective in any way. And you can see like all sorts of instruments strewn about. Some of them seem to be still kind of like working, humming, like doing something in the background. um, some rows of spirit bottles, as well as electroplasm and leviathan blood, like raw ether and stuff, and all of it you can see has the insignia of House Selin, if I remember correctly, or lovely old Echo's family. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing else in this room. You hear the hubbub, some shouting, but you don't think you have too much time before it all
Mhm.
dies down. So you've got the
I'm
mirror in
gonna,
front of you.
You go do that.
yeah, rush towards
go.
the mirror.
Yeah. Sylph, you go sacrifice the voice. I'm just gonna go start taking bottles of Leviathan blood so we can get a payout from this.
You start doing that, and I'm like breaking bottles of Leviathan. I'm like, that's Mom, take that, and you take that. Ugh! Spitting.
Hey,
Just like-
reconvene in about 30 seconds. Great.
Okay,
sounds
yeah,
good.
So I'm gonna go up, take my spirit bottle out that I have the voice in, and then attune with this whole shebang to feed this whatever into the void of the mirror.
Yeah,
How it is.
I think the second all three of you have entered the room too, you feel like basically a sense of yours has been cut off, like especially for Sylph, but even for the others, because anyone can attune to the ghost field. But like in this room, it feels like there's
It's a
nothing,
void,
like
yeah,
dead
okay.
silence. It's almost like an anechoic chamber. It's like so quiet that it's unsettling, basically. And you can even feel like he who walks in darkness feels further away and stuff than normal, but it does not actually harm you in any way. Okay, so you have the spirit of the voice to give as an offering. I think we'll just do a basic risky standard
Okay,
attune.
sure.
Try and control this spirit and wrestle it into the maw of the beast. I think you can see like in the wrought iron sort of frame is like leviathans and demons and like open mouths and lots of snarling monstrous figures.
That's lovely. Should I swap position for a bit? No. Risky standard sounds fine. Okay. Whoa!
Logan asked for this to move.
It is
fast,
lucky
and
makeup.
It is.
Okay. I think so. You open up that spirit bottle and sort of kind of quickly just pull the spirit of the voice out. And it tries to resist, but there's not much it can do because the maw seems to just like have a force and mind of its own and like immediately pulls in that free spirit into the sort of surface of the mirror. And once that happens, you can see that like the what used to be that kind of pale milky opalescence takes on a much like sharper hue, and it looks like raw leviathan blood sort of sparkling,
Oh, so cool.
shimmering, almost, I mean literally liquid, like you swear you could see ripples across the whole thing, and it seems to sort of move and come back to life.
Is it solid if I touch it?
you, I think, are very curious and you're about to touch it, and then something in the back of your mind says, no, I don't want to touch this. That's going to be your greater effect. And you are like a hair's breadth away before you feel like almost a pinprick at your fingertip, and you're like, no, I don't need to do that right now. And so I think, yeah, y'all are all set to go.
All right, girls, don't touch the mirror. Just touch the outside. Let's go. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Echo spits at the mirror too, just for good measure.
What else?
So
is
for
in
your
this
strange, what else?
Oh, I don't know.
It's
if I'm ready
mostly
to
just
leave yet.
scientific instruments. There's some notes probably on what they were trying to get readings on, if you wanted to save them. There's probably correspondences between some of the researchers in the Slyph family.
I feel like I'll
Um,
grab anything, like any paper that has like a crest on it, like a Slyph family crest on it.
Yeah, there's probably a couple different files that have stuff. Did you want anything specific, Logan?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it has a lot that would necessarily interest Duchess, because it's mostly scientific or pseudoscientific. I mean, I think there's some ritual stuff too, some arcane things, but more heavily on the scientific side. It's another thing that Duchess really loves,
Yep,
the
no,
arcane.
thank you.
Yeah, I think you can hear some pounding against the door that you've blocked, and you also hear shouting as people go sort of another direction to try and work out another way into the room. And you hear someone leaving for backup,
Perfect.
so you don't have
Well,
a lot of time.
you're about to explain how strange travel works.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to strange travel, all three of y'all plus the mirror. I
Yes.
think you can do that a short distance
I was
for
going to say,
free.
Echo, do you want to have parked the boat in the water next to the cathedral?
Yeah, for sure. I did that.
Flashback.
Well, we have maps and tunnels.
You don't
so
have a boat big enough to.
Sean, I have a ship. What are you talking about?
You have a steamboat, but there's no. How are you gonna get?
This
Okay,
is
you
just
do
a
have a
lack of
steamboat.
creativity.
We have a steamboat.
Not the gondola.
Not the gondola. It's too big for that.
It would immediately capsize the gondola.
I do love the image of this massive mirror sitting on a gondola going through a canal.
Okay, I mean you could. So
Yeah.
That's the cathedral.
So we can
you
have it
could
in that
park
little
the
dock.
boat out
Yeah.
here, but you have to still get from onto the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
is
I
the
can
So,
only go
I
from
mean,
stone to
can we
stone.
not strange travel to the dock? Is that too far?
I
I
can
mean,
only
it looks
go
like the-
onto stone, so the dock might be wood. Nope, maybe fungus, melicium. I don't know.
It's something not stone, I'm sure. So it's not
So
a
we
fully
can
stone
get
dock.
out of the cathedral, but we're still gonna have to get
That's
onto the
fine.
onto the boat.
That's fine. Yeah. Get out. I would say, like, go to the back of the cathedral, and I'm sure I parked the boat, like,
Yeah. Flashback to when
surreptitiously.
we scoped out the best place to go to and park the boat.
dock.
Okay,
Dock the boat is the
let's
appropriate term.
see. So if we have docked the boat, that might be a roll to make sure you can get the boat. Or probably just like one stress, because you've got to set up the right permissions to have your boat docked
We'll take
in
one stress.
a relatively nice area of the city.
Our steam chug boat isn't allowed in the yacht club.
Yeah, you're super fancy.
You didn't
yeah,
see
and all
how
the other
much
boats
work
look
I
a
put
lot
into
nicer.
it. I haven't been allowed to use it for so long that I just
That
totally
rust is
redid
just
everything.
Gilded
glistening.
now.
Yes, it's just like lacquered and
There's just
beautiful.
one line that's been worn away from when you scrub it in that one spot.
Okay. Yeah. So I think for all three of you plus the mirror to get to the dock or close-ish, probably just like I'm gonna say 2 stress because it's a lot of people and a large inanimate object.
How do we
But luckily,
are we
you're not
just
going
like
far.
carrying it like we're movers? Just like I'm on one side, you guys are just it doesn't follow us.
I was gonna use my not to be trifled with and feat a physical force that verges on superhuman to take it onto the boat.
Nice.
So I
Throw
just
it.
like hold it like this.
Ooh, what if I can do strength as well? So what if I chuck it to you and then you catch it with your strength?
It's
big
not gonna
frisbee.
break.
Also, I mean, this isn't going to be a very quiet movement transition,
There's an explosion on the other side of town. I
which
think.
means everyone in the city is out and about looking at things, and you have an 8 by what did I say, 11-foot mirror, something like that.
How long does it stay mobile? Like, does it have a little
We
unlock
don't know.
button and then
That's
we
a
can relock
great
it?
question.
I would hate for it to just like freeze up
I
when
would
we're
too.
on the boat.
We
and
got. That's
touch
why
the
we're
boat in half.
moving. It
You better
can't.
be quick.
It
I
can't.
might make you roll for it.
I mean, it can't be that short of a time because that would be stupid. Who would decide that?
So are we
I
just
don't think
taking
it was
back to the
designed with
7th
that
tower?
in mind.
Yeah, it's gonna be our new accessory.
I thought we were giving it to Temperance.
I mean, we are. Maybe just give it
Is
to him.
Temperance just gonna have to set up shop
Pop
in
him
the
out right
basement?
here.
Yeah, Temperance is just gonna be.
So Temperance, here you go,
Move it
and
in.
have him take
Well, I mean,
it.
Temperance is
Hey,
here because
I mean, what's yours is also Temperance's.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
we should just set it up in 7th Tower, and he can use it there.
What's
Whatever.
Temperance's is yours, and what's yours is Temperance's now. It goes both
great.
ways.
How do
Okay,
we strange
so-
travel? I like to imagine we all just like hold the mirror and then like we start to get flushed into the water or into the stone and then we just pop back up somewhere else.
I imagine you sink into the stone and then you pop up
Yeah.
pretty
Pretty
quickly.
slow though.
I don't think
not
it's
fast.
yeah. Well, I think the travel is fast. I
No,
think
we just like
the
sink
entering
into the stone comically slowly.
the in and then the out are not super fast. And I think it is for a moment just like blindingly uncomfortable. All your senses are cut off. It feels like you're suffocating. It's just intensely horrible. But you do eventually emerge from the stone.
We get
out
birthed
behind
from
the
this.
cathedral. Yeah. Let's roll.
Flashback.
Y'all want to what?
Flashback. I would like to. I want to cause a distraction and maybe just like casually put up like some road closed signs that look official, so no one's. These are all like law-abiding Brightstone citizens. They're not gonna like. They'll cut their. They'll be like, I don't want this road to be closed, but they're not gonna like walk past it.
I don't know. They might. The nobles don't like being told what to do.
I'm gonna.
Plus, you gotta make sure
flashback.
the blue coat.
I can flashback.
Oh, what's your flashback idea?
I mean, Darmit's good graces, so I can just get the bluecoats to close the road and like actually have him watch it, which seems better.
Then they're gonna watch.
Are you
us,
in
aren't they?
Darmit's good graces?
Yeah, I am. I fixed it.
Oh, okay. So he's willing to work with you.
Yeah.
You're not in his bad
I'm not.
graces, we'll put it that
bad
way.
graces.
Not in his bad
Sean, that's
graces.
the same as being in good graces. I
Mm.
don't understand.
Or you can do it. I mean, whatever. But
Or I was gonna say I could be disguised as a blue coat and make it look.
Or we can get Telda to scare people away.
I don't think
Do
she
you
would
have
come to-
sandwiches? Do you?
Brightstone's probably not the best place for Tilda.
What skill would you use to get Dharma to do that?
Not anything that's good for me.
Wanna group?
I mean, you can use your allies within reason without needing a roll, but I think it'll just affect my fortune roll for like if someone notices you.
Mm.
If you
Well,
want to
then
do it
I think
without
we should do a
rolling an
combo.
action yourself.
I think Darmit should close the road, and I will also wear it. I will
Yeah, that's good.
switch from nun to blue coat and pretend like I'm a blue coat helping move
Ooh.
this thing
And
officially.
we're like a moving service.
Yeah, we are.
Exactly.
Okay.
I put a big confiscated
Um,
sticker on the mirror.
Yeah.
I put a
Pounded.
foreclosure sign in front of the cathedral. An estate sale
That's
is
not going to
happening
look
here.
strange at all. Okay. Sure. Do you want to cover the mirror?
That's a good idea too. Yeah, let's do that.
Throw a sheet over it or
Without
something?
touching it.
Yeah, we can do that without
You just have
touching
to. You
it.
can't. Yeah, you can probably.
We're not touching the surface of it, but I assume that there's like a frame that we can carry that's okay.
Yeah, the frame doesn't seem to hurt you. Maybe feels unnaturally cold, but that's
Yeah.
about it.
My nun's habit was
Okay.
just a big sheet, so I take that off, throw it over the frame, cover it completely. We're good.
Our
It's
big nun
now a
friend.
very religious
She's
mirror.
on parade. She's like a big float.
You just take a pile
Hello.
of pillows and throw it over it.
Oh my God.
Okay. And actually, it sprouts a sheet automatically. 'Cause you sacrificed the voices. So, it's like a Pokemon or something. It evolves.
Oh my god.
Love it.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Let's focus. So if you want to use Darmit, I'll give you more dice to get a better chance of no one seeing you.
Yes.
If you want to have shut down the road, you need to do something. And Sarah, if you want to have had disguises prepared as well as like supplies like a sheet to throw over it, then you need to pay a stress.
I'm fine paying a stress.
Can I pay a stress to have Darmit close the road?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you want to roll or do anything, Logan? Or do you think they have it covered?
No, I'm well into the danger zone, so I'm just gonna.
Oh boy, am I.
I'm just gonna play it nice.
Oh
and cool and
boy.
safe.
Okay, so I think with all of that, we'll do a fortune roll of 4 dice.
And high is good for us.
Higher is better.
Okay.
Come on. Look, Leaky Beach. Let's get this.
What should we call this? Spooky movers.
Spooky
Okay,
movers!
Spooky movers did pretty good.
Movers.
I just gotta spook them.
Just gotta spook them.
I think maybe 1 or 2 people look over to what's happening because you are still moving something ginormous, but their eyes seem to just sort of glide over you pretty quickly, and no one seems to focus their attention as they're distracted by the plumes of smoke and sort of the red haze that is over Night Market at the moment, as well as the sort of assembled shouts and gossip that's going on. I think if you guys use your abilities, you can get it onto the boat, no problem. Does that
Yeah, like our strength.
sound? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if either one of you uses it, it should be fine.
I can use it. Like, only one of us has to use.
Yeah.
I'll use mine.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. So you get this mirror onto the boat.
We're in
It's still
Brightstone,
really
is
big.
that right?
Yes,
Okay.
you are in Brightstone. So you can take the channel over to 6 Towers pretty
Yeah, I want to go.
easily.
Yeah, down that way.
And let's see. So I think you'll need to make a roll to drive the boat, and then that will be the last roll.
Is that
of the
finesse?
heist. I think so. Isn't that for driving?
Yeah,
things?
handle a vehicle is finesse.
Do we want to do a
Handle
group
a
roll?
vehicle.
Group
Because
navigate the ship. Yeah, that's
we
awesome.
we're like a ship's crew.
Yeah.
You're driving, and then her and I have the mirror, so you can see behind us, and we'll like run it side to side.
That's
I
perfect.
specifically
Great.
said it's not reflective.
Well, it's not a mirror then.
Well, it just shows
Piece of
darkness and it
glass.
covers.
Just like what is it? A window? Maybe?
Yeah, a portal.
I don't know. What is it?
Yeah, let's do it. Can you lead, Sarah?
Yes. I have 3
Okay, group
stress
finesse.
left, so we're
Position
all
and
gonna do it. It's
effect?
gonna be great.
You have
Risky
3 stress,
standard.
and then a whole nother.
Yeah, a whole nother part.
Yeah.
Risky
And a whole nother
standard.
traumatization.
Risky standard.
Oh, I did it, but not very good.
What'd you say? You could take 3
We got
stress?
this. I'm on my
She's
ship.
not taking any yet.
Oh yeah.
She doesn't take
It's
any.
gonna be great.
I just assumed 6.
Hey!
There you go.
You're such a
Boy,
good
if I didn't
captain.
get
I was
six on this,
Don't y'all feel this, because I was not ready to come up with a consequence. this late in the game.
There's
Oh
a
my
boat
gosh.
parade coming the other direction.
A boat parade. They've brought all the firefighting boats actually, and they start
No.
getting in your way. Okay. No, it's fine. You are able to curve with the canal and
Curve the
navigate
road.
your boat. Yeah, down and through to where it needs to be until you are fairly close to the tower. And I think the last little bit, 6 towers is not well inhabited, so the last little bit is easy enough to get the mirror around and back into the 7th tower.
I get in the
I
basement,
think though,
and then
as
I have to like tell them where I want it really quickly. And I'm like, oh no, move it over. No, back the other way. Like trying to get it real perfect before it locks up for the next millennia.
yeah, that's what I should have done. I could make the consequence the mirror locks up.
Yeah.
I go kill
As you
Rain.
you do have to come back closer to night market, and as you get closer to night market, you can fully see sort of the extent of the damage from the flames. And I think about something around 5 square blocks ish of night market has burned down to a crisp basically before they've started to get it under control. So I would say that whole like northeastern tip is pretty much a blackened husk now. You can see just a swarm of crows swirling in the air, and lots of
So
activity
cool.
just all about.
Controlled
Yeah,
heist.
very controlled.
Controlled.
Okay, yes, Abby.
Okay, as soon as we get to 7th tower, I'm gonna let them unload this mirror, and I'm gonna hop off and head to night market. Like, stop where there's some, like, fire that's been put out and, like, put some, like, rub coal on myself. Like, I've been, like, searching in rubble and stuff. Like, get on my face. Like, all charred up.
Okay.
Echo's like, hold on, let me smack you a bit. So it looks
Okay, yeah.
like you've gotten hit in the face.
Hold on, take this. I'll give you a pillow.
No, I don't need that.
This is all that's
A
left of your
pillow,
mouth.
that'll definitely help. Let's see. Okay, so what are you trying to do with that?
Make it look like I've been in night market for a while.
Are you gonna roll an action?
Yeah, I think we should make this a setup for the future.
Can I set up her setup? I wanna rough her up with skirmish.
Don't rough it up too much!
You want to rough her up with skirmish?
If you give me level 1 harm, that's fine.
Just a light skirmish, you know,
Light skirmish.
between friends.
What's a light skirmish between friends? A level 1
What is
skirmish.
your goal? What is your end goal for this?
The plan is to find Rain and tell her that I've been searching for her desperately. Like, since the explosion, I tried to save as many people from you as I could, but I couldn't get there in time, and, like, I've been looking for her ever since. So I've, like, taken explosion damage. I've, like, been searching through ruins.
Okay. Sure. So, Logan, you have to roll. Is Sylph willing to be skirmished by Duchess?
I'm
For
not
the
trying
sake
to
of the
cause
bit?
her harm. I'm trying to make it look like she
Yeah, that's
has had
fine.
a rough go of
Yep.
maybe she was in an explosion.
What are your vice? What's your vices again? What's your
Mine?
traumas?
I'm vicious and cold,
No.
so I feel no attachment, and I want to inflict pain.
Yeah, I think that might make it a little hard to rough up your friend without actually hurting them.
That's fine.
That's fine.
You know, I actually have subterfuge supplies where I can just put theatrical
Ooh.
makeup and stuff on you.
It's better if it's real.
Yeah, just
Okay,
you draw
alright.
a target, and then I'll.
I'll be like, aim for here. This is a good area.
Okay, roll your skirmish just as fortune. So no position, no effect level. It's unnecessary. High is good.
You want me to use the sledgehammer?
No.
Okay.
Unless you think that looks more like an explosion.
Do
then
you
yes.
want me to use the sledgehammer?
Oh my gosh. You're so good at punching me.
Yeah, you are able to rough her up just enough.
Still have my demon
and
strength. I forgot to turn it off.
Don't. Luckily, rein yourself in so you don't harm her too much beyond what's necessary.
Oh, I thought
and you
crit
look.
was gonna be I did harm her.
No, I said high was good.
For
This
me,
time,
or
so.
for her, they're opposite.
I meant for the intent of your task.
Okay. Okay.
So you rough her up without hurting her too much. Okay. You want to get over to Night Market and look like you've been helping. Roll.
Really, I want to find. I like this is the attempt to look like I'm helping, and now I want to roll like prowl to find Rain actually.
Right. Here's what I'm trying to figure out if Rain has already gotten to Night Market before you. So I think
okay.
I want. Oh, Let's
Maybe
see.
yes,
I
evens
will
no.
roll.
And you look like you were in the explosion, then you just go like lay in the rubble somewhere.
No. This is better.
Let's see. Oh, Rain's already at the rubble when you arrive.
That's fine.
Okay. So you make it over to the rubble. You see Rain furious, like tearing through things, sobbing. I think, no, Amaris isn't there, but she is maybe found like one or two fringe members of the Sirens who have also were away from the blast but made their way back. And you can see it seems like the blue coats and the officials are watching her, but they're giving her a bit of a wide berth.
Okay.
At the moment.
Yeah, so
she seems very
after Duchess beat
compromised.
me up, like got tears in my eyes, I kind of like smack my face a little bit to get them going again. I'll like rush out of an alley towards Rain and like collapse on the ground next to her and be like, "Oh my gosh, I've been looking for you for however many hours it's been since the explosion. I tried to find everybody."
Probably not even an hour.
And go on and like very emotional. And try to convince her that I have actually been like looking for her specifically.
I think Yeah, you look at Rain, and like for the first second when she like looks back at you, you see she's like crying, but also just pure unadulterated rage in her face
Yeah,
for
that's
like a
fine.
split second before she sees you, and she's like, oh my gosh, Sylph, what happened? And so you're going to try and sway her, you said?
Uh-huh.
Let's
Flashback to
You're
when
gonna
I
be
gave you some pointers.
desperate.
Flashback when I went up to the tower and I'm watching this from afar.
I know. We're like cooking popcorn over the flames.
Oh, hey, Brain, how's it going?
We're gonna say your effect is gonna be desperate standard.
Okay. I'm going to push myself. I'm going to take Daredevil. And I have trust in me, so I get plus 1d versus a target with whom I have an intimate relationship.
Okay, sounds good.
I need the help.
Probably.
3 bonus die, yeah. Okay. Come on!
Come on, luck. Lucky makeup.
Oh, that was so close!
Wow, that was so close.
Lucky makeup.
I'm so sad. Okay, so I think just like before, where she was like about to not believe you, when you were trying to convince her that you had somewhere to be, she like looks on the verge, like she looks at you so hard through the tears, and it's just at the very last second, like with your emotional plea, that you see kind of her suspicion crumble, and she just like falls to the ground into your arms and starts weeping into your shoulders, like sobbing about how just like I can't find her. Sylph, where is she? I loved her so much. She was like a mother to me. I don't know what to do. Everyone's gone. Everything's gone. And she
I'll
is
just comfort her
like,
and comfort her like, I'm so
inconsolable.
sorry, and it was supposed to be such a special night, and I couldn't fix it, and I promise I'll protect you in the future, and we'll find who did this, and we'll get them back.
You say that, she clutches, suddenly she's filled with strength, she clutches your clothing and is like, I will find who did this, and they will pay like no one has paid
We'll
before.
find them together, Rain. We'll find them together.
And then she goes
It's
back
Lord
to crying.
Skurlock. He did it.
Perfect.
Okay. So that sounds good. Well, technically you haven't finished your score yet, but anybody else want to do anything last minute?
I guess what do we have to do to end it?
It just ends. I mean, you finished it. We just haven't done all the
I
stuff
just
we
wanna...
need to do.
Oh, I want to like talk to Temperance down with this mirror.
Don't worry. We're gonna talk to Tempe. A good old Tempe. Okay, your payoff. 2 rep per score by default. If they're higher tier, you get plus 1 rep. I'm gonna say it's just 2 rep because sirens were lower and the church is higher, so equals out. Coin based on the nature of the operation. We'll say standard score, 6 coin.
2 each.
Yep.
Heat.
I think we just get another wanted level.
I think that counts as...
I did just convince Rain we didn't do it, so I don't know if that helps.
Y'all took enough precautions that it is only going to be a base 4 heat. Logan already included the 2 heat from your bomb.
Yep.
You committed it against a high-profile, well-connected target, so plus 1 heat. Plus 2 heat if killing was involved, which there was multiple, so that's an extra plus 3 heat.
Wait, so you said 4. I included
4.
2, and then you said 3 more?
3 more.
Okay, we're wanted leveled up already.
But the heat,
Does
does
it
the
roll
heat
over?
roll over? I think
I
it does.
don't think so.
You don't think so?
If you get it all at once at the end of the score.
Oh, yeah.
And all things like
Um,
clear when you go up something.
That's true.
That's a good
That
question.
makes sense.
Let's
I mean,
see.
here,
Let's
just keep doing the math because if we can look it up later, but I'll
Okay,
just
that's
mark
fine.
it down like as if it would roll over, so that
Yeah.
we have it if we decide it does. So 4, 3 more.
That I think is the end
Okay.
Okay.
of your heat. Yeah. So there's a total of 9 for the score, but 2 of it was already accounted for.
We went from wanted level 1, 0 heat to wanted level 2, possibly 2 more heat.
I know. So if we're at
Anyone
wanted level 2, 0 heat, we should roll gambling den now. Or drug den.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Here roll. Who wants it?
I can do it. 5 coin.
5 minus 5 coin. Oh my goodness. Where can we put it?
I
Is
can
it
take
minus
2.
your wanted level?
Yeah. No,
Oh,
heat.
minus heat. Yeah, so if we're at 0,
Oh.
then it's
okay,
5.
yeah.
I can take 1. You can take 2.
Yeah.
Can you take 2?
2 coin?
Yeah. Without putting it in stash?
No, I would have to put it in stash. I got a full purse.
Can you spend coin real quick for just extra downtime?
Yeah, that's true.
We can just stash it. That's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you roll it now, you have to spend it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it
because
has
we
to.
could have
It has to be
consequences, yeah.
allocated now.
Okay. I'm gonna put 1 in my stash.
You can have both because you have the least stash, I think.
How much do you have?
I have a whole bar plus a half bar. One and a half
Plus
bars.
I just got my first full bar
Yeah,
last.
there you go.
Oh my god, I'm gonna retire destitute, guys. I'm a noble.
Well, you were already basically destitute when you started, so
You're gonna retire and you're just gonna live in that jail, and that's gonna be your retirement.
Yeah.
Jail spot.
I need to indulge my vice. So that's gonna be my first downtime.
well, we need to roll entanglements.
Oh no.
What entanglement, Sean? I don't understand.
Okay, there you
What
go.
entanglement?
Uh-oh.
6.
I think that's an arrest.
Technically your heat's 0.
Yeah,
so it's
we hadn't cleared it.
cooperation.
Oh.
According to the book.
Cooperation.
Which is a +3 status. Faction asks you for a favor. Well, you don't have any of those anymore. Agree to do it or forfeit 1 rep per tier or lose 1 status with them. If you don't have a +3 faction status, you avoid entanglements right now.
Wow.
Wait, we don't have any of them?
Well,
the
it's the
sirens were the
sirens, but
Nice.
you immediately lose rep with them once you do a score against
Oh,
them.
so what would we go down to then?
That is to be determined.
Okay.
I'll figure it out in a sec.
Guys, not having friends finally paid off.
Finally.
Who needs friends when
some-
you have a demon, a forgotten god, and
A weird body.
a weird
Whatever the
body?
heck I am.
A freaky body.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Freaky
so
body.
downtime. Let's see.
Vice.
Yeah, who wants to go first?
Do we have resolve training? We do.
We have
Me.
everything but insight.
Oh. I don't think a crit means anything on that.
Mm-mm.
Oh, well. Cool. 0 stress, yo.
I am going to try to get back in at the opera. I have a 6 clock that you gave to me. I haven't done anything on it yet. But I would like to do that.
What was it called?
Get back into the opera because I got kicked out.
Oh,
Mm.
so you have to do downtime activities, like a
Yep.
long-term project,
Yes.
to be able to use the opera again.
Yes.
Okay, well, what would you like to do?
I I think it's gonna be. I mean, I got kicked out because I think the nobles were upset with me for some nonsense. But now I'm gonna have like some.
It was you consorting with demons, I think,
Yeah.
specifically.
That's fine. As one does. I have like some insider information on this explosion, which is the hot gossip of the town. So I'm gonna be like, hey, if you let me back in, I'm just gonna start putting rumors out there that I have more information. So I
Okay.
can get back in. And I'm going to mastermind to push myself when I work on this long-term project. Because I didn't use
Okay.
my special armor during the score. Would that just be consort?
Sounds like consort.
Okay.
It doesn't matter your position in effect, I don't believe.
Okay. 6.
6, so that's 3 ticks.
If I spend a coin, what does that do?
You
Can I
can spend a
It-
coin to upgrade it to a crit, which would be 5 ticks, or you can spend a coin to do another action. Either way, you'll have to spend at
5.
least
And
one
then
coin.
can't you, like, if you upgrade it to a crit, can't you pay another coin to get it, like, to keep going up by 1?
No, but I mean,
That's how it is on, like, crafting and, like, acquiring stuff for quality levels.
yeah, I guess you would never want to do that because you can always get 1 tick just by trying again, and you can pay a coin to just try again.
I'll pay 2 coins to go up to 1 to go up to a crit.
And 1 to get at least 1 tick, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't even have to do that. I'll just use my second downtime to do that. So
Yeah.
I'm back in at the up.
Yep.
Yes.
And then I'll use my last downtime activity to indulge my vice.
Okay.
There's my vice indulgence.
6 is good.
This good.
Okay, I think while all of you are out and about, indulging your vice, you do hear a lot of whispers and rumors about everything that's going on, lots of hubbub about the fire and the fact that it was led by an explosion, and that's usually doesn't happen. That's pretty frowned upon. A, for being dangerous, and B, for being too showy. So there's a lot of rumors going around and stuff at the moment. What other downtimes do people have?
I would like to use those papers and try and investigate more on my family and like what they're into. So probably like a study or
Sounds like it. Do you have a clock for that?
I do.
Okay.
I
Perfect.
have it's a 12. No, it's a 10 clock.
10 o'clock. You
Halfway
can get
full.
an extra dice to your study.
Okay.
Since you have all those documents already.
Okay.
I don't think I have any downtime. I just want to talk to Temperance whenever
Yeah,
they're free.
that's gonna happen. We're moving into free play. That's when a lot of stuff is gonna happen. Okay, 2 ticks, unless you pay some money.
I will definitely pay some money. I'll bribe somebody or something.
You get a consult with someone who actually knows what all of these
Yeah,
sort of jargon is, all this sort of scientific jargon is.
yeah, I just like use one of my old like TAs or something from when I was working at the university.
They're like, we
does
missed you, professor.
that just give me 1 extra
That'll give you
paying
1
a
extra
coin?
tick. If you pay another coin, you can move it to a critical, in which case you'll get 5 ticks.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
you can
I'll
roll
definitely do
again.
that. So I'll pay 2 coin and then it'll fill up my
Okay,
fill
perfect.
it up.
Cool. So I think with all of that information, you learn that your family has continued to do experiments on combining electroplasm and raw Leviathan blood with human bodies with mixed success, but they think they're getting closer and closer to the final sort of advancement, and they believe this will be the future of mankind, basically, is what it seems to be implying. Like it's the great next step forward for humanity. It seems to be suggesting that it does something to people's spirit, which makes it no longer like escape and become corrupted on death, and it like just will reap many benefits for all who are involved.
Yeah, it was so fun. Let me tell you about that whole transformation process. It was
The
great.
inhumane side effects are completely unimportant to this situation.
Obviously. Okay, great. So I tuck that away.
Okay.
And I'm like, soon, House Selend, soon.
All right. And then does good old Sylph have anything left?
Yeah, I'm gonna train resolve and then pay a coin to train resolve again and put another dot in sway because I'm gonna
You
need
only
that.
train everything once.
No. No. Okay, I'm gonna train resolve.
But you get 2 boxes when you do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I'll train insight too then. Because I have money
You
to
only
spare.
get 1.
No. Yes, in insight. Yes.
Yeah, 1.
I can train insight though.
Yes.
Okay.
So much training. The training master over here is Logan.
Okay,
I
I'm gonna
also did
I'm
I
gonna
do also
train
wanna
hunt,
train.
guys.
Oh my god, Hunt. Never used that in your life.
Just so that I can use insight with 4 dice. That's all.
That's
Get
why I
those
have 1
resistances up.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I think let's see. First things first. I think Rain tells you, Sylph, that she wants to be alone for a little bit.
Okay.
So she and like the rest, she's gonna gather everyone who's left of the sirens, and they're gonna kind of do their own thing for a little bit, after you finish sort of consoling her.
That's
And
concerning,
then-
but okay.
I mean, you can try and stop her if you want.
Hunt her down. You have 1 in hunt. Do it.
I mean, she doesn't know where Amaris is. I guess she knows. She probably knows that Amaris was supposed to be with Echo.
Yeah.
She was. She
knows
remembers
if
me
she's
there
gonna
the whole
find-
time.
Amaris drugged still.
Can I
Trans powder will be fine.
try to get her to let me help them?
Help how?
Like if she's gathering the sirens to like try to figure this all out and like regroup. Be like, we've been your biggest ally for the long time and like blah blah blah, I can help and maybe like I have skill sets that you don't necessarily have in the sirens.
I think she's not starting anything yet. She's just trying to like gather everyone back because they've lost their base. So like they don't have a home basically
Okay.
anymore.
Well, that's fine.
She does ask if you'd be willing to let them stay with you guys at your
The
base.
basement is being rented out to somebody. Sorry.
I mean, I don't 7th tower she was in and it is not very big.
Yeah, she was there blindfolded. Yeah,
She was I mean after she was unblindfolded in it.
was she?
Yeah.
We have
Yep.
a lovely
Oh, she
drug
was
den.
unblindfolded in it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, they could
That's
stay in
true,
our
then
drug
maybe
den.
She wouldn't ask for that. Well, they have other drug dens themselves,
Okay.
so they have other locations they can meet at. We'll give you a chance to interact with that more in a sec. But so that happens. I think it doesn't take long before Temperance comes a call in, and
I've just been in the basement waiting for them.
yeah, I mean they're basically with you at all times, anyways.
They have to
so-
be. They're contractually obligated.
Yeah, they're
Temperance,
contractually
come out.
obligated. They've just been biding their time. Temperance doesn't have to obey you immediately unless you use their powers. So I think after letting you rest for a little bit, Temperance kind of comes out, and you can feel sort of the pull on the emerald that's in your uh in your body now, actually. And Temperance looks at you and says, Duchess, I saw that things went relatively well, one might say, in securing this mirror. Do you enjoy the abilities my powers can give you?
I do, Temperance. It is such a pleasure working with you. I cannot wait to just use these nonstop. There's no strings attached, right? I can just call on you whenever.
Uh, I think Temperance kind of wanders over to you and gives a little click clack on the gemstone and says, Duchess, I think you know exactly what strings are attached. And kind of just like one nail ekes like that chalkboard sound across the stone for a moment, before Temperance kind of moves and looks over at the mirror and says, breathes, almost makes like a sigh of relief. The closest thing. It's still sort of inhuman, but you feel like sort of a relief almost coming from Temperance. Temperance goes, it's good to see this artifact again. Now, where is the key, Duchess?
Where is the key? Logan doesn't know.
I have it. It's in a jar of Leviathan
Oh,
blood,
yeah.
and it's somewhere in my possession.
Hmm.
I thought we
Sean,
weren't
flashback
necessarily
to when I
giving key.
took that Leviathan blood, I then went and did a little switcheroo on the one that Sylph has. Echo has. Take the key.
I mean, that's up to y'all. Do you want to? You could all be here together for this, or it could just be Duchess.
I think Sylph wants
Or
to be there
Duchess.
for it. If
Have
Duchess.
you guys met Temperance?
Mm-mm.
Think they have. No, they've met Temperance at when you did the ritual. but that was it.
Oh, we met
Yeah.
Temperance because he
Didn't
met
really-
us.
Meet Temperance.
I thought he interacted with us in like when we were going to pick up Duchess from jail or something, but I could be wrong.
There was something like that. I remember.
I
it
don't
was like
quite
on the steps
remember,
of the
but-
prison, but not intimately.
Yeah.
Not casually, one might say.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, Temperance. My key holder has the
Echo-
key. Key holder.
Duchess has to, yeah. I mean, everyone has to sort of agree.
And I guess I have the pearl. We each had one thing.
Oh, the pearl.
The
Did you
pearl
want
might-
the pearl, Temperance, or
The
was the pearl
star.
to find the key?
It was
was-
just to help find the key.
Oh well, I'll keep
That we
this.
can keep that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give the key. I mean, I don't particularly want it hanging out calling ghosts to me all the time.
It's a perk.
Okay. Yeah.
So I
So
pull out
all
the
three
key.
of you are down there, basically,
Yes.
down in the basement. Okay, excellent. So, Temperance, you can see the surface is still shimmering, so it seems like the mirror can still be moved at the moment. And, like I said, it looks basically like raw Leviathan blood at the moment. And Temperance grabs that. I guess it was just a bottle of the Leviathan blood, and kind of like does a little smirk and says, "How appropriate," and just like sticks its hand in there to pull out the key. And normally people cannot touch
Yeah.
raw Leviathan blood, like it's extremely volatile and dangerous. And just kind of like pulls out the key as the blood sort of sluices off. And I think Temperance just doesn't care and drops the bottle. Before walking over to the mirror, and I think
I imagine he like licks the key.
oh yeah, I love
That's
that.
really
Yeah, there's
cool.
like a couple drops still on it, and he just licks it all off.
I
And it
hate
kind of
that.
like sizzles.
Oh,
and
so
you hear like a
cool.
little sizzle, but it doesn't affect them at all. So they move on over to the surface of the mirror, which you can see is still shimmering. And I think Temperance gives it like a couple taps directly with like its long nails, and you can see the sort of ripples, like I said, like it's flowing water almost. Before Temperance takes the key sort of in its hand and touches it to the very tip of the surface, and immediately you can see that all of the ripples just freeze into place. And Temperance does like turn it almost as if it's like the key into a lock, and you can hear. You don't really hear, but you can feel almost like a click, like this something sort of snaps into place suddenly, but not in a physical sense. In like the ghost field, you can feel suddenly that like a door has appeared and opened, and it's almost like locked. Its two planes have suddenly like locked themselves into connection. And Temperance kind of turns back to you and says, "Well, would you like to see the prize?" And just steps on through the mirror.
Yeah,
It's like
I'm
absorbed
going.
into it.
It's so
Oh,
cool.
boy. Last one, it has a
Okay.
weird body, and then I realized
God damn it! I run
Okay.
in after them.
Okay, all three of you run in through the mirror, and it's similar. It's almost like liquid metal, like cool liquid metal, sort of rushing over your body as you kind of step through. And on the other side, you can see an incredibly like dim, dank, huge, just absolutely cavernous. Basically what amounts to like a cave, just a huge, what feels like natural cave system. You can smell sort of the moisture in the air, as well as like a weird salty tang, and water is like dripping off of the stalactites and stalagmites, and little bits of water you can hear like sort of babbling, and you can see just the faintest flickers of light seem to be sort of streaming off parts of these rock faces. And as you look a little bit closer to one that's maybe right next to you, you see that it seems to be like raw Leviathan blood is leaking out of this stone. And Temperance gives like sort of, you can see Temperance just a little bit ahead of y'all. And Temperance is like, "Welcome to the home of my kin," and like does a little flourish, and suddenly a bright gemstone is flaring in its hand, and you see all of these stones and stalactites and stalagmites that you thought were just rock faces are actually these twisted, gnarled, petrified demons, just hundreds of them. Many of them are bound in like these runic chains of different kinds, but it's just a sea of these ancient demons. Many of them are inhuman looking, twisted in ways beyond comprehension. And I think maybe Duchess would have known or learned about this at some point, because Duchess got a good education
very
growing up.
formal education.
Yeah, so it's pretty common knowledge, but maybe the others hadn't quite heard of it, is that long ago during the war to protect humanity after the sun first shattered, all of the demons fought against the immortal emperor, and the immortal emperor eventually sealed them all away. And where he sealed them, no one knew, or supposedly no one knew. But demons still get out every now and then, and you seem to have found their historic holding place, to put it lightly.
I can't be held criminally responsible if the Emperor didn't do a better job. Hiding the key in the lock 100 feet from each other.
100 feet? I think they were a bit further
Oh,
away.
they were right there, right there.
Oh, so cool.
So
So cool.
I think
I
this means we need to be the immortal emperor now. I think that's really what
Mm.
it's leading up to.
you could go visit the immortal emperor. I'm sure he's up to something fun. So but Temperance kind of just starts strolling casually between all of these figures, like lightly touching them with his hand. Nothing's really happening at the moment. You can see that they do seem to be, like I said, they're like leaking almost their blood, basically, which is that sort of Leviathan blood style matter. And eventually, I think Temperance comes back to you all and says, gives a little like bow, sort of a mocking bow, and says, "Well, I must thank you all for your assistance, and I look forward to working with you some more, especially you, Duchess. But there's no need to tarry, I guess. Come on, let's go."
Being asked to leave?
Yeah, there's
Okay,
still
Temperance.
work to be done. we must free them, of course. And then
All of
walks
them?
back through. I think you would say that as Temperance is like midway through, and Temperance turns back and says, "Yes, Duchess. Every single one."
Because I don't know if that's a great idea. You're not the strongest demon that I've met, and these all seem like they might be stronger than you. So if you let them out, you're gonna go from one that's very
Temperance is already
strong.
through the mirror.
It's echoey in here. It's a big cave. Don't walk away from me, old man.
Okay.
They're just an old married couple now.
I think do all three of you just head back, or do you want to do anything while you're
Yeah,
here?
that's fine.
Fine.
Okay, so you head back. I think the mirror stills once again once all three of you are back, and Temperance is like, "Well, I will hold on to this," and keeps the key before disappearing into the earth again. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, I think let's see. Maybe good old. What's her name? What's your spirit friend?
Alia?
Salia.
Oh, you can't come near this mirror. That's why
true.
I had
I
it
guess
installed.
Keep
you away.
Or Salia can't visit you anymore. Maybe Darmit
Okay.
then
Sure.
sends a message to you all. And what do you think they use? Messenger pigeons? I'm trying to imagine.
I imagine that Doskvol has like runners that deliver messages.
Extensive message
Technically,
wrap.
y'all's hideout is hidden though.
Yeah.
Message
Maybe I
wrap.
mean
You tie it to a rat and you just let them free in the city, and they find their way to whoever they need to go to.
Okay, perfect. That sounds great. A rat scurries under a very large rat. Actually, it starts like rapping and sort of scratching at y'all's door, and I think Sylph goes to open it up and sees a large rat with a crumpled up newspaper or rolled up newspaper on its back, tied to its back, with a little note that says "Courtesy of Darmit."
I'll scoop the
And-
rat up by his back and like put him on my lap and give him scritches as I open this letter.
The rat really enjoys it. It's not very clean because it's been walking the streets of
That's
Doskvol all
fine.
night, doing a hard job, a hard rat's work.
I'll pick some
Uh,
like
girl.
ticks
she's
off
a
of it or whatever.
working girl, but she enjoys the attention. And you see this newspaper, and front page it says night market ravaged by fire, and then the very second sort of article under that is Lord Governor announces strict new watch as martial law is declared. So
Wow.
reading these articles, you find out that with all the strange things happening between the wardens and the church, and suddenly an explosion in Night Market, the
And
Lord
that boat
Governor,
explosion.
yeah, and the ghost explosion. That was a little
Everyone
while
became a
ago.
hull.
With that, the Lord Governor has decided to finally get involved, and he's decided to place specifically Night Market in a state of emergency, but in general, he has declared a curfew for all parts of the city, temporarily at least. Night Market in particular, will be under heavy watch as sweeps of both the Bluecoats and the Imperial soldiers that normally stay only in White Crown will be going through the city, helping to search for perpetrators and the unsavory who have committed this. You also see there's a poster that's been sort of wrapped up with the newspaper, and it says, "Citizens of Doskvol, do your part to save your city. Report any suspicious activity to the nearest Blue Coat watchtower." And it's got a fun little "Only you can helps protect Doskvol." And so the entire city will now be under much, much heavier watch
Cool, cool,
um,
cool.
as the sort of whole situation gets out of hand. You can also see, I think there's a small article from an academic that fears that that small corner of Night Market has probably become a spiritual dead zone now that so many people died at once without their bodies being taken care of in the appropriate way by the wardens. So everyone should steer clear because there will be rampant spiritual activity and no one should attempt to go near unless they're with a warden.
We've left our mark on this city.
We truly
Oh, yeah,
did.
you've
We
left
will
your mark,
become
all right.
legends.
So let's see. And yeah,
I'll send a note back to Darmit, and I'll do a lipstick kiss and just be like, "Thank you for keeping us informed, my dear. I'll be in touch about this."
okay, cool. So that is the current situation of Doskvol. Does anyone have anything pressing they want to take care of while we're in free play?
Are we about to exit free play?
Technically, you'd have to have a heist lined up to exit free play.
I want to do something out. Logan wants to do it now, but it's outside of the time frame that we're in. You can sort of slot it in wherever you would like.
Okay, what are you thinking?
I want to fulfill Temperance's dark desire.
Mm-hmm.
Can you remind me what that was?
Manipulation.
Perfect. It's just like I don't know. Rain goes back to wherever she's staying one night, and on her pillow is like a little letter in like some fancy script that's like, I don't know. Some people have the answers, or like someone knows more than they're telling you. Maybe you should start asking hard questions. And then like it has the bottom half of the paper that she used to send to Sylph.
To Sylph,
Sylph
yeah.
would rip them off.
With her lipstick marks.
Yeah, there's like 3 of those in there because I took those with me when I was in her room a while ago when I confronted her.
Okay,
And gonna
you can do
manipulate
that
Rain.
whenever.
Yeah.
I don't think that's even particularly hard. So unless you want to be really secret or something, do you want to roll something to see how
I don't
successful
want
you
to roll
could?
something now.
Okay, sure.
I imagine that's simple enough just to put something on a pillow. I don't think I would be doing it even, so I would have someone else do it for me.
Okay,
Sean.
sure. Yeah, you can get that message out. Yes.
Am I still drugged-ish? Does that just wear off, or do I have to heal that?
You have to heal that technically. All harm has to be healed.
But why? Drugs wear off, Sean.
Because otherwise it'd be too easy. I have to make you use up those sweet, sweet resources that you gain.
All right, fine. I'll spend a coin to have Stev de-drug me. He'll make me go
He
on
gives
a
you a
juice fast.
that's what I was gonna say. Juice cleanse.
The mushroom eel cleanse.
Oh God. It's the rat cleanse.
Do
Only
I?
rat meat. You do have
what
to
do
roll
I-
4 dice.
What do I do? Roll 4 dice.
Tier plus
Okay.
1. Because Stev is an elite.
He really is. He's had a lot of time to practice with us.
True. Okay, so that's 2 ticks on your clock.
And if I pay more, then it's
3.
up 1.
You should not pay 1, but just pay to do it again, and you'll probably fill it. Or do you already have 1 already checked?
I already have
Shit.
1 checked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter then.
She permanently has 1 checked always.
Always. Okay. Then I'll pay the coin just to up it, and then
You start every morning with a 4th of a juice cleanse, just in case Stev wants to start one today.
be healed.
Yeah, Stev patches you up and he's like, man, I thought your weird body would be immune to drugs, but I guess not. Good luck.
Ugh, I know. I'm so pissed about it.
Your blood's crazy, girl. I swear. There is so much ether in there.
Ether.
Okay. Yeah. I think we wanted to do a little bit of a shorter session, so I think that is a good spot to hold off. I think that is pretty much the end too of Act Dos, basically, of this sort of arc. Next, we'll be focusing on Echo, her family, and what is up with their weird bodies, their obsession with weird bodies.
They just
But
run
And
it
in the
all of our
meantime,
faces.
we get to worry about Rain, we get to worry about Temperance,
The
and
drama.
somewhere, hiding in the shadows, Grace is just waiting for their
Ooh.
time to shine. So we have a lot to look forward to. I think I'm going to try and map out the next couple sessions, and we'll actually probably be wrapping up Blades in the Dark pretty soon.
Every
Fingers
act is a
crossed.
year, Sean, so we got one more year.
I'm planning on it being quicker than that. I think we're reaching the crux of the situation. We've burned down part of the city, which means we've reached our goal for every campaign.
Mm-hmm.
That is
This
So
is
after
true.
that,
Point.
it's all just
We've
like
checked all the
denouement.
boxes.
Yeah.
This is the resolution.
Right. Now we're just sort of
On the
filtering out
détente.
into the end of the whole situation. But next week we are taking a break
Mhm.
due to some work scheduling stuff. And then the week after,
It's Wednesday
be
Burning Wheel. Right?
doing Burning Wheel, hopefully on Wednesday, as long
Yeah.
as everything works out correctly. So a little bit of a different schedule, but it happens. We'll make it work. Thanks so much for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.